96.7 KCAL rocks. It is time to talk sports with our guy, Pep. What's going on, Pep?
Hey guys, there is so much going on right now in the world of sports. And we start with the NFL because there's no days off in the NFL, right? 365 days of the year. There's stuff going on in the NFL. We got mini camps this week. But the big news, if you're a Rams fan, they are locking up their star players, man. They are breaking the bank, not only with Aaron Donald, who is now the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL, but Cooper Kupp, the wide receiver who had one of the greatest years for a receiver in football history. He's now on a 3-year extension. He's going to make over $100 million on this extension now. So you got Aaron Donald. You got Cooper Kupp. You're getting the band back together. So the Rams really have no signs of, making a one-hit wonder, winning the Super Bowl, then letting everything kind of just unravel, man. These guys are loading up. They're going to be back.
First of all, so many cool things for Cooper Kupp. I mean, he is from Yakima, Washington, you guys. If you were from the area like I am, you'd understand how small of a town it is to go to Super Bowl MVP and then to be this huge contract. Very cool for him. And then the second thing, and 40 and I were talking about this a little bit, what these NFL owners like Stan Kroenke and the billionaires are doing and able to pay all these guys is amazing with these deep pockets.
Well, I mean, yeah, the fact that they're going to be able to pay Cooper Kupp, but keep the team together so they keep everything going. Usually it's like you got to pay this player, but you're going to lose this part of him, and then that affects that player. But keeping everything together is huge.
Right, and the signing bonus and going around the cap, it's amazing, Pat.
Yeah, I think really the only significant player they're going to be losing was Von Miller, right? And I think he was kind of on loan. They just basically rented this guy for a Super Bowl run, and he went to Buffalo. But other than that, man, it's the same team, right? It's the same team going to make another Super Bowl run.
Well, that's kind of part of the whole thing, too, is the Von Miller role of it, too. The veterans who go are on those Super Bowl teams, and then they get their chance to get paid afterwards by going to teams that need a veteran with some Super Bowl experience to help all their young players. Like, that's the exact move he pulled.
That's the move he pulled. And then I know it's not the same position, but they picked up Bobby Wagner. So, I mean, that defense is looking very good.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, Bobby Wagner, the Inland Empire guy from Colony High School in Ontario. So, yeah, they're so get ready for the Rams again, man. They are not afraid to spend a little bit of money to make sure that they're going to be back in the hunt for a Super Bowl.
I'm happy for him, but it killed me to see him in the Rams uniform.
I know. I'm sure it did, man.
You can see him right here.
Hey, and speaking of spending money real quick, just another quick note. The heir to Walmart is buying the Denver Broncos for I think it was $4.6 billion. So the Broncos will have a new owner. You'll find them exclusively at Walmart.
And I mean, speaking of that, Russell Wilson is coming up for his contract, right? I mean,
yeah.
Is this billionaire going to do a similar thing that the Rams have just done and give him a signing bonus or whatever? Does Russell Wilson know that he's going to get paid big time too?
When do we get the run of the Mr. Unlimited clothing line at Walmart?
That's right, Unlimited.
That's right. Big contract and your own clothing line at Walmart. There's the big incentive, I guess you can build into a contract if you're Russell Wilson in the Broncos. Guys, let's go to Major League Baseball, man. It's been a crazy week for the Angels for a lot of different reasons. First, they fired their manager, Joe Maddon, and they were in the midst of a 12-game losing streak. Well, they lost to the Red Sox last night, so that losing streak now is 14 games in a row. And guys, this is how bad it's gotten. That last night in their game against the Red Sox, all of the players agreed to have Nickelback as their walk-up songs as they go up to the plate. And it still didn't work, and they still lost. So now they've lost 14 in a row. Their manager's fired. It's just, man, the wheels have fallen off big time for the Halos.
I feel like I'm the only one who feels like Joe Maddon getting fired is a bad move for the Angels.
If the Nickelback didn't work, maybe it's time to dust off Creed, guys. You got to go with the hard stuff.
It may work.
Got to go with the real hard stuff.
Yeah.
I think you're onto something, 40. If Nickelback can't get it done, man, that's saying something. And I'm with you too, Patrick. Man, Joe Maddon, I thought he was one of the best in the game, especially the great start that they had. Right? We got to remember the Angels got off such a fantastic start. We were talking about Freeway World Series. We were talking about deep playoff run. Could they challenge for the West? And all of a sudden, they've lost 14 in a row. And I know teams have ebbs and flows, ups and downs all season long. And obviously, this is a valley more than a peak for the Halos. But that's kind of a short leash for a guy like Joe Madden, who's established. We know what this guy can do. We know he's a winner.
And I mean, I know the slump is a bad deal and they are playing poorly and it's a lot of games to lose in a row. But I feel like he finally gets a team. He finally gets more starting pitching. And I know the bullpen hasn't been doing good lately, excuse me. But I mean, he had somewhat of a bullpen and now they fire him.
Yeah, I just don't know what it is because, again, every team's going to have a losing streak. And we know with Joe Madden, he is a proven commodity. This guy can win. So I don't know if they like Phil Nevin, who's waiting kind of in the background to, give him a shot. But, yeah, but it hasn't helped so far, right? They lost 12 in a row with Joe Madden. They lose a couple more with Phil Nevin. They went to Nickelback, and like 40 said, is Creed next?
I think it's a bold strategy. I mean, if there was a team that was going on an insane winning streak right now, everybody would be talking about how they're peaking too early.
Yeah.
So the Angels have gone bold with their strategy this year. They're going to go on an early losing streak, get all that out of their system. They're probably not going to lose again for the rest of the season after this.
Could be. Maybe
That may be the case. So we'll see how desperate they get. You know, they went to Nickelbacks. That's already pretty desperate. So, but again, ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys. As bad as they are right now, they might have something just as good around the corner. So we'll see. But it's kind of weird times right now for the LA Angels for sure. The other quick baseball note I want to make before we move on is Clayton Kershaw. We just saw him Sunday pitching for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. It looks like he will make his next start for the Dodgers up in San Francisco on Sunday. So I hope you guys had a chance to see him in the IE, but now he's on the move back in the big leagues.
And he comes back against the hated ones. Perfect.
Yeah, right. Just in time to take on the Giants. And guys, let's talk a little NBA Finals. Apologies to the Boston Celtics, man. I had Golden State winning in 6 games, which I guess technically, mathematically, that could still happen. But Patrick and 40, I got to be honest, Boston looks like the better team. Outcoached, outplayed, out-hustled, you name it, they did it better than Golden State. They just simply look like a better team.
So if you're kind of killing off your prediction already, the 2 predictions remaining would be Patrick said Warriors in 7, I say Celtics in 6. Which one of those 2 would you be favoring right now?
Oh, boy.
Putting Pep on the spot.
It's a pretty good bet because I think Boston in 7 and Golden State in 7 would be a closer bet.
Right.
But you adding it, doing it in 6, that makes it a little tougher.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards a 7-game series right now. I don't think Golden State's going to lay an egg at like 2 games in a row. So I'm leaning more towards 7, but now I'm leaning more towards Green. I'm thinking Boston.
It is the Garden.
Yeah, it is the Garden.
Dude, hey, I know it's not the same Garden, but still Boston Garden, man, right? The Celtics at home in Boston, that's just a tough place to win.
Also, one more thing that I thought was absolutely hilarious because the history of this goes back 75 years with the Celtics is when the Golden State Warriors were warming up. They realized the rim was a couple inches too high and they complained about it and they got the stick out there and it was 2 inches too high. So a lot of people were like, Red Auerbach lives because you go back 75 years. Some player was complaining about the height of a rim when Red Auerbach was the coach. He punched the owner of another team over it. Wow. They measured the rim, and it was an inch off. So this goes way back. It was absolutely hilarious. They're saying it was unintentional because they just didn't happen to put it right. It was cool to see they actually have an actual 10-foot stick that has a hook on it. And it hooks onto the rim, and it's supposed to stand just perfectly. And it was about 2 or 3 inches off the floor on the Golden State side. The Boston Celtics side, perfect.
It's just always these Boston teams that have these rules advantages and stuff. It's weird.
We heard about dead spots in the floor, heating in locker rooms when it's hot out, right? We'd love it, man. I thought that was very funny.
I'm with both of you guys. And 40, think about it, man. Something about New England. You know, the Patriots and Deflategate, the Celtics now doing the rim. Like they're like, oh no, we had no idea.
Exactly.
We'll know a lot more once this weekend is over. Pep, tell them how to get your stuff.
Hey, get my stuff at Inland Sports. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We also have the Inland Sports YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button for us. We'd appreciate it. That is Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.
Awesome, brother.